Are you ready for my gala? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Why am I looking so fat? I'm so excited to say welcome back. Something like welcome back. As in, okay, so today I'm actually attending a wedding at Ibadan. Let me say for the first time because over 3 years, going to 3 years, I'm already using at Ibadan now. I've not really gone for a wedding like that. Okay, I've gone for weddings, but like only two, and they were within the UI environments. You get like I'm in school, and all like where else did I go to? From home to school, from school to home, happy to house, whatever. And even the weddings I've attended so far, the two weddings I've been in, like school, something, something. Like it's not like I went out of Ibadan, like I went into the town of Ibadan. But today I am going into the town of Ibadan. You get it? Like I think Mokola, Jericho, and all those kind of places that the church is it Jericho, then the reception at Mokola. I'm not so sure, but that is it. I have the invite on my phone. So I'm so excited. I don't know what to expect. So it's like first time in Ibadan wedding. I said let me carry people along. So those people who don't know Ibadan. So you get to know a little more places. I can do videos of how I'm walking. Actually, this is school area and the road there. You know, some YouTubers will be doing my day to day, they will be showing fine places. But on my way down to town right now, I cannot guarantee you fine places. In fact, you can't wear heels to get out of this street, if not when you don't even have a car. Chai. And a friend who actually wanted to go for the wedding too called up on us just yesterday and said he's busy and he won't be able to take us to the wedding today. And the feeling is like, are you for real? Why will you just call us up just like that, like within 2 days? But what to do now? After the guy come buy cap already, you can't say they go wedding again. What we go do? We go shall go wedding, we go turn up for our friend. Hey, you're looking for my gilly, right? My gilly is still with the bride. And as I am looking at myself, I don't think I will eventually tie gilly because I can't get to church and start looking for the bride to collect my gilly. As in, which kind of thing is that one? My sister, no gele for today. I'm going to rock myself. Like, eh, eh, okay, now on my way. Bye. So see you later. Don't let me say bye. See you later. This is actually my compound student hostel. Is that like an hostel? Dude. Catch you later. See what just happened to me. See that girl at the back carrying buckets. Chai, she has entered our compound. Our compound. You know, say she likes my dressing. I'm blushing. This my dressing is something actually. It's my sister dash me. It's looking obvious, right? But actually I so like the material and everything. You know, all these your sisters are not in Nigeria, and she was like the amount she used to sew the clothes, she was telling me, my friend rather that is up to is it $35. Like really? To sew? Like just simple clothes like this. I just feel like, are you for real, chai? And you as a tailor, yeah, somebody will give you one big gown to clothes to sew, gown, whatever, and they actually want you to sew with 1,500 now. You still buy material from me. Like, see, I don't even want to talk about that one now. So catch you later. I'm already on. You see that this is our street, old neck bag. It's bad. An evil person will ask you, baby, naga. So as an outside girl, answer, nah, so your wedding. I don't know. That thing just came to my head now. Bye bye. Hi guys, so I'm actually in front of the school. We actually intended meeting here in front of the school gate. So I came early, The wedding is actually by 11. And doing this video right now made me remember one video I wanted to hear at the same spot. It was Valentine video, and guess what? Tomorrow is Valentine. Woo! Anyway, so I just gave update of where I am right now, waiting for my friend. Yorubas used to say, carry kapo, yeni. So we're actually working together. I'm waiting anyway, and the sun is shining on my head, but we are used to it. Yeah, actually. Oh yeah, now party players. Okay, so this is the party. You have to pay me for the uniform. You have to pay me for the inconvenience of the wedding plan. What to do now? But again, you can see the video and it's like same color. That's our color. Our driver is handsome. He's handsome, Papa. He's not easy to be kind by handsome driver. Oh yeah, nah. Yeah. Ah, so we can present that. Hi guys, my face is already very big after. We should say hi. Say something about the bride. Say something now. Give me flow. Say something about the bride. Say something about the bride. One word.
Hi guys, happy Valentine! Hmm. Okay, so this is me actually spending my Valentine with you. So for the love of Valentine, I want to drop some tips. I am Lokwe Dicta, and I'll be dropping some tips on whether or not you should go for your friend's wedding. No, don't get me wrong. I did not say you should not go for your friend's wedding, but sometimes we just have to be smart about it, and we should actually be wise and smart. Yeah. Okay, so you're looking at my. Okay, I got it from my wedding yesterday. I didn't know, not my wedding. I mean the wedding I attended yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I promised myself I'm going to give myself the Valentine gift. And this is it. Smelling nice. You want to smell? Actually, they did not prepare from the wedding. I put it myself. I'm making myself happy by myself. You get it? So how did you spend your vibe? If you want to share with me, I don't mind. But anyway, today what I'm sharing with you are tips to know whether or not you should go for your friend's wedding. Because I get to realize sometimes when we actually go for our friend's wedding, there are so many things that get to happen. In fact, I have a lot of experiences from myself, even from people around me, from my friends. So I'm going to be asking you some questions. So if you have a lot of yes, fine, you can go. You can go. But if you have maybe equal proportion of yes and no, my sister, think it twice. Then if you have more of no, you don't even need to think. Just don't go. And it's not just don't go. I'm going to be telling you what to do instead of not just going and just staying at home and isolated. No, no, no. There are some other things you got to do, even if you are not presently there. So that is what I'll be sharing with you on this Valentine's episode, which I will be joining together with the wedding I actually attended, which I have because I'm going to add it together immediately after this shirt. I'm just making sure I'm going to do this immediately after church as my Valentine takeaway. My Valentine gift. Okay, don't let me talk too much. Let's go straight to it. Are you with me? Okay. First question. Are you two very close? Okay. Second question. Have you spoken recently? Because if you have not, my sister, you may not need to bother yourself. Even when you are close, how close are you? So if you have a 2 years, don't still feel like, yeah, it's time for me to go for wedding. No, just to calm down. Answer and see. I have 8 questions for you. If you're able to get all the 8, you have the years all through. My sister, my brother, go and enjoy yourself. But But if you have yes and no, you have to reconsider. So I'm going to my third question. Actually, I have them listed down. How much will it cost you to go? How much will it cost you to go? For instance, you are based in Abuja and you have a friend's wedding at Lagos, and you are not trying to reconsider, even if you are close, even if you've spoken recently, the distance is enough for you to reconsider. So, how much will it cost you to go? Another instance is when the wedding is right there in the city of Abuja where you're based. Then why should you not go? But at the same time, sometimes even when you're within the same city, you still will not go because they might be really far from each other and you don't want to face the stress of traffic and everything. Aside from the cost, even the stress of traveling and everything. In short, distance between your present location and the wedding place. Okay, now another very important question. Actually, this question is very important. If you have a no, you might want to reconsider. Even if you have a yes, all through the ones I've asked before. Are you familiar with the family members of whoever is getting married? Like, even if not the family members, the friends in call. Do you know some other friends that when you go to the wedding, you vibe with, you don't just sit alone and be pressing phone. So what's the excess of you coming for the wedding? I've gone for a wedding before that the lady beside me was watching film all through the wedding. Like she was watching film from the beginning to the end. Like, so sister, why not sit in your house? Maybe you gave birth for a guy, I don't know. Okay, so are you familiar with them? Because this one is a very important one. If you are not familiar, food may pass you by. Souvenir will pass you. I'm just let me calm down. This is a very important one. Are you familiar with the friends and the families of the person that is getting married? Okay, another point is, are you going in groups that has a leader? I don't just mean any other group. That's why I added that has a leader. Because when you're going alone, sometimes, even if you're very close, my sister, your friend is going to be on the stage. And should we be in the front seat in the church? In the reception again, sef, she'll be on the beautifully and well decorated stage. And you'll be in the audience. You get is the audience? Guests. Amidst the guests. On maybe a fine table, decorated table you're seated. She cannot come and be entertaining you alone. The day is her day, everybody came for her. Like you cannot personalize her. So if you're going in group, that one is different. You get to sit with your group that has a leader. In case you people don't get food on time, the leader can instruct someone, okay, why not go to this place, get the food. For instance, clubs, all these clubs and society, when they go for their people's ceremonies, so they have this leader. In fact, they always have a demand for their food. Yes, even if in that kind of situation, even if you do not know the bride, you will eat and enjoy and satisfy. You will even collect souvenir, even more than the person that they even gave the special invitation. So the group thing is also very, very important. As Yoruba will say, I said it yesterday during my video. Carry kapo iyeni yeni. Like if you work together, it's always more like exalting, like very real. Okay, now let me go to the next one. Do you have a role or a responsibility to play in that wedding? Okay, let me give you a gist. I had a wedding MC a particular time and I was starting with the engagement, but I wanted to go for the engagement so that I have more content to say during when I'm talking during the reception. No, I can just take them back to the engagement. Oh, I saw the one woman laughing, blah blah blah. That is the fun of it. And my sister, despite I'm going to be the MC of the reception, I was feeling lonely at the engagement. I don't know anybody. Like people were looking at me like, this lady, is she from the family of the husband or the wife? Even though I was dressed very well, like I don't know what would have happened because some people, because of the way I actually dress, they'll be like, like they are giving me all this kind of respect. Like you get, I'm not. If in fact, I was like, what if I would just go for any other wedding? I don't know anybody. I'll just sit down. My sister, you'll be in Oyo, you'll be Oyo will be your case. Yeah. So actually, this is also a very, very important one. Like, do you have a role to play? For instance, so Ashwebi girls, you have a role to play. Of course, you have to go, but you have your friend's wedding and you don't have any special role to play. Like nothing. Or maybe you won't want to help them to carry rice or carry water. Abi you will turn yourself to server and be serving. It's still no big deal. I can actually do it for any of my friends to just make sure everything goes well. No, it's very fine. But you don't have any role to play. You don't know anybody. Even if the person is your bestie, bestest bestie, and nobody did know you that you know the person. My sister, you may want to reconsider going so that you won't go and be lonely there. And you won't go there and go and be watching film that you're supposed to stay in your house and be eating guguru, I mean popcorn, and be watching. Okay, what else do I have here? Do you have plenty money to spend? There's another thing about going to a wedding and not being recognized. When it's now time for the bride and the groom to actually dance, and you get there and you're doing like this, everybody will know you are my sister. Like, it is not a matter of, even those people that did pass you by, they don't give you food before. They will look at you, that person, they will be feeling guilty. They will come and tell you sorry. They will even come and ask you that, what daddy or mommy or sister. Like, it's just like that. No, now this morning, ego, it's our spirit that used to control it. Actually, whether it is or not, money is money. Money speaks. You get it. So if you have plenty money to spend, even if you be just there lonely, when it's time to dance, you'll be able to go to the stage and dance with the bride and the groom, like, happily. Not like you will now go and just be dancing with them with ordinary hand. People that want to spray money will come and spray money and take the space, even if the wife is doing, let's see, is it, oh yeah, let us dance, and you are dancing. After sometimes, people that want to spray money, they will take the place because they will have to move closer to how to spray the money. And you don't have money to spray, my sister, you need money for that day. So in case you don't have enough money to spray and spend, you might want to consider going. And the last one I'm going to be sharing, the last question I'll be asking is it a wedding that is strictly by invitation, and were you invited? Did you get? Because for every, what I've noticed so far, for every wedding that is strictly by invitation, they are always very, very, very organized. Like, very, very, very organized. They know the number of people they're expecting and they're ready to treat them well. But if it is not strictly by invitation and you were invited, remember, some other people too that were not invited are there. It's not always so organized. And don't forget, like I said earlier, the bride or the groom cannot come and meet you to take care of you. You can't personalize that for that day. There are people that are to take control of things that will be happening. Oh yeah, oh, oúnjẹ, okay, what's up? Small shops. In fact, some people might be waiting at the corner. The caterer they give small shops that she wants people to reduce before she serves small shops. Hey, what will you do about it? Will you go and tell the bride that I came to your wedding, I could not eat? No, you just have to manage and you be controlling yourself. That is one of the effects, actually. I'm not yet at the effect, so let me still calm down. So those are the eight things those are the eight questions I'll be throwing to you. Answer them well. Do you have a yes or true? There is one, number 4. Are you familiar with the family and friends? If you have a no there, my sister, and you have a no in number 5, are you going in group? You may want to consider. I really mean it, because I got to realize that ceremonies, especially like wedding ceremonies, they are not being done by the couples. It is their marriage, but it is not their wedding. Like, it is more like the family wedding. Is when you know the younger brother, you know someone that can know someone that you can just talk to, and like that. Especially when you're not now wearing any ashoebi or anything, and you are just there, irrespective of the reason why you're not wearing it, even if it's because you've not sewn it, who cares? Like, nobody cares. So eventually, they don't know you. Not like, they don't know you. The only thing they could have used to identify you was the cloth. You don't have a cloth, you don't have a special responsibility, you might be lonely, you might just be frustrated. Now imagine with all this, they did not now give you food. These are the consequences of when you eventually end up going and you've not checked through this list I gave you, and you went there. Let me tell you the consequences. Number 1, wasted time. Some of us will be like, and I wanted to do something, but I can sacrifice this for my babe now. Let me go for this wedding. Eventually, when you get there, and all this is happening to you, like, you're just lonely, you're not doing anything, you're not even dancing, you can't even check the groom or the bride as they're entering. Because sometimes you don't have luck to sit inside the major hall. Maybe because you went for church. And now, people in Nigeria these days, they hardly go for church program. Reception straight all the way from their house. Check those people that used to come for the church wedding. They are the church members of that church. It's not really like the people that came from outside. But you, maybe because you're trying to do, the guy is good or the girl is good, you went to church. I want to see my girl say yes. I want to see my bestie, my paddy say yes. And then she say you must kiss your bride. I like that part. And eventually, you now went late to reception, and there's no space for you to sit again. irrespective of what. Because I've actually went for a wedding that even the ladies putting on ashwabi don't have seats to actually occupy again. The seats have been occupied in the hall. You know, all these people now, you can't tell them to stand up again. They'll be like, it's not be like you're chasing them. As if they were not blind when they said, already I will sit. Like, it just happened. Like, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Eventually, those ladies just find somewhere to sit themselves and just enjoy themselves. Now, imagine you're in that category. You could not sit inside it all. Eventually, you don't have friends to even gist with. Imagine among the group of Ashwebi you belong to, you don't have any friend, or you're not the type that make friend at the snap of a finger. Oh God, I'm sorry. It's a sorry case. So one of the consequences is you start feeling like my time is wasted. I should have stayed at home to do something. Oh, why did I do like this now? Another consequences is wasted money. My sister, you spent your transport fare to go to that place. Did you understand? Like, you feel like, why did I even come again? Like, I don't know if you get, like, you start feeling like I should have even used the money for something else. Another thing is you eventually did not get souvenir. You did not know any family member, and you know how parties are these days, especially when they are just general parties that they are not really organized per se. I've gone to parties before that even people who did not wear clothes, everybody was giving like souvenir in equal proportion. It's not as if someone's own is more than the other. Depends on who is organizing the party and the people that are behind the scene of the party, not even the person doing it. Gang, 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 gang. Okay, now you eventually go without souvenir. Okay, maybe souvenir is not your problem, but what about idleness? My sister, how did they used to say? My sister and my brother. Sorry, I'm only brother because guys actually want to go for weddings sometimes. Yo, okay, how the devil? An idle man's hand is the devil's workshop. Heart is the devil's workshop. Sincerely, when you are idle, that's when you start remembering that you've not eaten. That is when you remember that you wasted money. That is when you will now remember that you've not collected souvenir. Especially when you are seeing it and it's flying all around. This person is really jota, that one is really jota. Even the person they did not invite for the wedding will collect jota. Even ordinary, maybe your mom, ẹ̀gbọ́n, kìnnìkan that did not even know the real person getting married, we collect jota. That is when you now start thinking of different things. Now, to cap it all, there's something that can help you to help everything to disappear if you add food to it. Or imagine you did not have sick food to eat after all the OT, after going through everything. They should not be serving the food. They should not be passing your end. You know, when I was younger, I used to feel like it's none of my business eating at a ceremony or not. Like, I used to eat from home. Most times, Saturdays, we used to make beans in our house. So I eat beans before I go for weddings. I don't care about the food itself. But after I've grown to some extent, I feel like I want to eat party rice. I want to eat party jollof. Imagine that one was part of the reason why you now went, because you wanted to eat party rice, you wanted to eat party jollof. Eventually, the food did not reach you. Oh, you know, there's this way you feel like you don't feel angry, but like you shall feel your face will now start changing. You don't know if you should laugh or you should smile. Now, these are the effects. Anger, like, anger is number one effect of all these things I've mentioned. Number two, if you're a good person with a good heart, you are a loving person, you now start consoling yourself. I did it for my friend now, she's worth it. Hey, it's no big deal, I don't need to eat. I don't need to be in the hall, it's not big deal, I'll just there, at least she saw me that I was around. Hey, it's no big deal. Hey, it's no big deal, even the money I was, you don't start consoling yourself. In fact, so people will be like, I want to travel immediately after this wedding, like immediately I'm sure maybe when I finish it saying I will go. You don't have to food to eat. One with lack, two with knack, three with knack. When you be going there, it's no big deal. I did it for my friend. Yeah, if someone would do it for me too. Those are for good people. Now imagine the bad people. They will be having this anger rather, without being able to control it. Let me give you a small gist. Actually, this is not to scare you. Actually, or should I? Okay, like a friend told me of a wedding ceremony that the rain fell after the wedding ceremony. So there were some three old women who got beaten by the rain, and they didn't get food to eat at that wedding ceremony. And guess what? They attacked the bride afterwards. It was a very, very pathetic story. I was not happy. The funniest thing, the bride and groom are not always the ones that causes all these things, but eventually you can't control it. When people get angry, they will not get angry at the parents, or should I say parent now, event planner or the caterer or whatever that is in charge. They get angry at the couples. The lovebirds that organized the wedding, that they wanted you to come and eat, that they've even paid all the money for the wedding. They could have even paid 1 million for the caterer that you should come and eat. But some caterer will keep food and hide. In fact, there's so many consequences to all this. But the major thing is the solution now to this is that when you go through all these questions and you know you have lots of no more than yes, okay, for those who want to know the questions, you can go back to the beginning. I've outlined the questions. One, are you very close? Did you speak recently? How much does it cost you to go there? Are you familiar with the family and friends? Are you going in a group that has a leader? Do you have any role or responsibility to play? Do you have plenty or money to spend? And is it specially by invitation? When you've answered all this, I think you have more of no. It is better you consider and stay at home. Don't bother going. And but there's one thing you should do. You don't just reconsider, stay at home, you don't bother going just like that. No, you send a gift or you send money. For instance, you go to a wedding, eventually all this happened to you. Maybe you didn't have photo you. And somebody sends money to the bride. Imagine the person sends 5K to the bride, and your own transport fare to the wedding itself was over 10K. Should I say I've done it before? Like I spent over 10K traveling to someone's wedding. Eventually, it was like it was at, almost at the end of the then before I saw food to eat after travel come. I will cook my nervous because I will be like, nothing is my own time. I will be calming down. But what if people cannot calm down? Anyway, that is that. But to avoid all this stress, to avoid the story that touches the hearts, that you now be sharing your story, you will not know who to share your story with. That is why I'm actually giving you the steps. It is better you send money. Imagine the 10,000 spent to go to a wedding. Send it to the bride's account number. Or even slash it to two. Send it to the bride 5K, or to the groom if the groom is one that is your friend. Man, 5K, 10K. Not when you want to do groomsman now. Like I said earlier, if you have a responsibility, of course you can go. So you send it to the person will be happy. In fact, after the wedding, after they finish honeymoon, they'll come back and say thank you. But even people that went there, they will never remember them because they'll be too plenty and they will not be able to remember to say thank you. What about gift? You can decide to say I want to sponsor the bride's neck piece. It might not be more than 7K. Imagine you're traveling from let's say Akure to Abuja. That is the last time I went there. I went. It was I don't know. I can't remember, but I spent over 7K. And recently should it be I don't know up to 10K. And the bid you're going to spend to sponsor for the bride might be 5K, 7K, 8K. You sponsor the bid. She'll be very happy. She'll even come back and tell you thank you. Let's pick one thing and sponsor, support the wedding. You can always support from behind the scene. You don't have to be on the scene like you get. I know the very painful thing about all this is, in fact, okay, is when you eventually waste take your time and you feel like it was wasted. But imagine you send money. It's only money that you send. You did not even spend your extra time. Did you get like? But imagine you go with that money. You did not give the bride anything. You did not give the bride anything. You spend energy, stress, time to go for the wedding. You spend all your money. You have spent stress, time, energy, money, four things. But imagine you sit in the comfort of your home, send the gift, send money, and send your prayers. And there's nothing that will frustrate you. What do you feel now? Sincerely, isn't that better? I know you're saying thank you, and I'm saying you're welcome. So you can just send your gifts or send the money and be fine. You get now. In fact, sometimes you feel like I want to be like be in the picture. But what if you go there and you didn't even have opportunity to snap, like with the bride or something? So what do you feel like? Okay, so that is going to be the end of today's gist. When I actually opened the channel, I was like, you definitely will have gisting time with your parent, and this is one of the gisting time, but more of a gist. This is indeed more of a gist and a lesson for us to just bring together and to make us like to just helping us to think through. Now, there's one Jara I want to put on top. Are you ready for my Jara? This is a special Jara. In case the bride or the groom is your crush, your ex lover, or something, and you're contemplating. Maybe you people have settled and you talk now, like you talk very well, and you're contemplating whether you should go or not. I have one advice for you from Saint Valentina. No, I'm joking. I'm joking actually. Why not just stay back? You don't want to go through the process. You don't want to stress yourself because I've had experience, or should I say, I was gisted like real person. I know the person. It's not a matter of this thing. Of someone who went to a crush's wedding. I started crying. And I started begging. Like so, like you don't want to put yourself through the stress now. Like what's the big deal if you don't go? Like you can watch them on social media later, like whatever. Just don't stress yourself. This one is a candid advice. This one is not even about, it's not in addition to all the stress and everything. The candid one, stay. Even if you people are now good together, you've settled your differences and you're fine. Only if you know you are very, very fine and you have the godly mind inside you and you know everything you want to do there is just to wish her well and tell her, though I loved you, but don't worry, your person has taken you, you are free to go in the peace of the Lord. The Lord be with you, I will just pray. But in case you are not yet feeling that way, it's better to stay back. Sincerely, honest, sincerely. This is a Jara knowledge. It's a Jara stuff because you don't want to go there to embarrass yourself. I've had this scenario where the guy was really crying, like, and people were begging. Imagine now, person not die now. Why would they go wedding? Person go they beg person on top waiting like okay now. So this will be the end of my um this today, and thank you for staying by. I've really spoken at length. I thought I was going to use like 15 minutes. This is really more than 15 minutes. I'm really sorry. Anyways, my Valentine's gift anyway. So hope you take care of yourself, and I wish everyone a lovely week ahead. Whatever it is you're going through right now, don't worry, you're gonna be over. It's just a phase. That is going to be my ending shot. And okay, this is going to be the entire ending for the wedding visit of yesterday, the wedding thing dance of yesterday, and today's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's to us all. May love shine and may love grow in our hearts. Grow as big as the mustard seed tree. No, the mustard tree. I don't need to say seed tree. May love grow in our hearts through Christ our Lord. Am I doing it like a priest? Through Christ our Lord. Quack. Okay, may love grow in our hearts generally. Don't worry. I've not added anything. May love grows in our hearts, you know. May we be a carrier of God's love. God, like God. Allah. Allah. Bangij. All right, now, thank you. So, Lokodita signing out now. So, see you some other time on my next video. I'm so excited. Bye.